All right, so it's the big day. You're doing your open mic performance. How do we make sure that your partner is set up and good to go and that people leave this performance knowing your name and knowing how they can get more information about your music? Let's talk about it. So if you haven't watched the previous two videos on this topic, stop the video, go ahead and do that. A lot of what I'm talking about kind of requires you to take the steps that we took in the first videos. And to make sure you don't miss out on future content like this, go ahead and subscribe while you're at it. Before we talk about you actually getting on the mic, we should take a second and talk about stage etiquette. As a performer, you're sharing this environment with other members in the hip hop community and the music community, and you want to treat them right. You want to do good. How do you do that? We've talked about it in previous videos. The SAS technique, that's scout and support. Always being attentive, always being supportive. When people are on stage before your set, you want to make sure you're giving them your attention, you're giving them your encouragement. If the microphone doesn't sound great, you're helping them out. Go talk to the sound man on their behalf. If you can't hear them, make sure that they know that before they continue. Be supportive before your set because it'll ensure two things. One, you'll have a crowd full of the previous performers that are supportive back to you, hopefully. Karma goes a long way. And two, if there's any problems on stage, like the mic example, you can get those fixed before your set. So it makes sense to be supportive, be on top of it, and try to help out wherever you can. Something else that's really important before you get on stage is to communicate your start time. You might not know exactly when, but if you know generally when you're going to be on the stage, you want to make sure that your partner knows that, and you want to make sure that any guests that you invited also know that. Your partner needs to be ready to take pictures and get your social media right when it's time for you to perform. And people that came out to see you should have a general idea of how long they're going to have to stay out. If you're not performing for another 2 hours or so, maybe they want to go get a drink and come back. Or maybe they just can't dedicate that amount of time to the night. But it's important for people to know when you're on as soon as you know. So try to get that information as early as you can. You should also use this time to thank people for coming, and you should speak to your partner and see if they need anything before you guys get started with the rest of the night. So it's time for you to perform. The first thing that I want you to do is check in with the DJ or check in with whoever's playing your music. Just make sure that they've got everything good to go and don't have any questions before your set. I've DJ'd a lot of these open mics where an artist checked in earlier in the night and I thought things were straight, and then they checked in later and things have changed. So I try to preach that, get on stage, make sure the DJ's good. One of the ways to make sure that the DJ has an easy time with your music is to have me prepare a DJ version of your performance. So if you need help with that, we can create Serato versions, Tractor versions, and Ableton versions of your songs. So you can hand them over to DJs and they have BPMs, hot cues, and all the information they need to be comfortable spinning your record. Assuming the DJ's good, you want to head to the microphone, and the first thing that you want to say should be, "Can you guys hear me okay?" And you're speaking to the crowd to get that immediate yes or no in terms of how good is my mic quality. Because if it's off, you want that fixed immediately. And the next two lines are going to be ones that you want loud and clear. So that's why I stress get the audio quality on the microphone taken care of first. Once the microphone is clear, there's two lines that you want to get through. The first one is, let's give it up for the other performers that are rocking tonight. And let's give it up for X for organizing tonight's event. And X is the person who threw the festivities, obviously. This is important. You want to give people their props, and it goes a long way when being a professional. It also gives you a little bit more time on the microphone to make sure your vocals are good. It's a little side trick. After that, you want to address the crowd and say, "My name is blank. I'm here tonight to perform a song called blank. And after the set, if you guys have any feedback, I'll be here all night. Would love to talk to you further." Cool. You get those out of the way, and it's time to rock your performance. Oh, and one last thing. When you're ready for the person to play your music, don't say, "DJ, drop that." Say their name. You should have done your homework and you should have gotten the DJ's name ahead of time. It'll go a long way if you say, "DJ blank, I'm ready when you are," instead of, "All right, DJ, drop that record." Professionalism. Trust me, it will carry your career a lot longer than hashtag tricks will. So now it's really up to you killing it. And I'm not going to go into that in detail because you should have practiced. You should be ready for this. Parts of the other video talked about putting in the work before you do your performance. So go out there and kill it. I know you can. I know you put in that work. Show it to the crowd. What I will say is your job is not over when you get off of the stage. In fact, there's a couple things you can do really quickly afterwards to best maximize your performance. So before you leave the stage at all, kind of repeat what you did in the intro. Repeat your name, thank the people for their time, and let them know you're going to be around if they have any feedback for you. You want that. Just be ready for it. And then when you get off of the stage, I think a lot of folks have a temptation to go to the people they came with, or go to their partner, or go to the bar and kind of ignore the crowd of folks that they were just performing to. I think it's better to do the opposite. You usually get an idea of a couple of people that were into the performance immediately afterwards, and you only have a matter of minutes before the next performer is on stage. So if you see someone that looks like they kind of want to engage, meet them in the middle. Head over, say hi, shake their hand, introduce yourself. That's a real good opportunity to pull people in as fans throughout the night and further on. It's so easy to lose people after an open mic because there's so many other artists performing. Get them in those few minutes when you're hot. After you've done that, you can then thank your partner, thank the people that you came with, see if folks need anything, see if they need a drink, see what the plans are for the rest of the evening. If folks are going to leave, which they very well may, a lot of times they just wanted to see your performance, that's totally fine. Just don't leave with them. I think it's really important, and again, part of that SAS technique, support the rest of the night. You wanted to be there for the people that were performing before you. Same goes for the people performing after you. Try to take pictures, be engaging. The night doesn't end after you stop performing. And it's those artists that I saw stick around after their set when I was doing open mics that made me want to develop more of a relationship with. You want to be that person too. And finally, maybe a day or two later, be sure to take the opportunity to follow up with the organizer and follow up with the DJ. Thank them for their time. Again, it's about being at the tip of their tongue, so to speak. If you spoke to them before the event, if you started promoting the event beforehand, then you spoke to them during the event, and then you're following up after the event, you're posting pictures of the event afterwards, you become somebody that they want to help out. They feel the need to kind of hook up for the next go around or the next time they have a show. And that's always the type of person and type of artist you want to be. That's just being a professional. If you guys have any additional questions about open mics, I know we went over a lot in these 3 videos. Drop your questions in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for future videos. And if you're looking for production to use in your open mics and your performances, I'm currently doing a buy one, get one free on all of my beats in my beat store. The link is below. You can also download all of my new beats, tagged versions, for free in exchange for your email. So there's no reason for me and you to not connect and work on some music if that's what you're into. Until next time, peace and good vibes.
Man, this shit is sick.